Hi, it's Yetroselane here, and today I want to share some of the things I learned from the event I attended today, which is live series by our mama Ibukun Awosika, and it was really enlightening. And I thought that no, I should share, because I learned some things. And for me, attending events like this, to learn is basically to learn from people's experiences so that I can shorten my own learning curve. Is also to help me, realign myself with my values, with my goals, my objectives, actually, so that I can always, get back on track. And like I always say, you cannot overemphasize the importance or impact of mentors in your life as a business person, as an adult, as a mom, as a wife, as whatever it is, that whatever phase you're in life, it is always very important that you have people around you to guide you, And I would like to share one or two things. It might be a long video. Yeah, for her, she has some quotes that are very powerful. Um, One of my takeouts was the fact that she said, to thyself be true. What do you want for yourself? you know and there were lots of questions that we have to like ask ourselves. For her, she wants to die empty. And one of the things that stood out for me is, what are you, and I've made a couple of videos around it, what are you measuring yourself by? On whose account? Why do you like to judge yourself? Why do you like to act based on what other people's perception is about you? How about you define how you want to live your life? So these were the things I really took out from it. Okay. And she also emphasized the importance of being self-aware as an individual. You have to understand your strengths and your weaknesses, and this is what I tell people that I also mentor. Being self-aware is the number one key. And I love the fact that she just reaffirmed everything, all of my beliefs. And for me, it made me feel like, yes, it's you are at the right path, you're on track. And it gave me so much joy. But I just felt like I must put this out there, for those who are struggling with one thing or the other about life. One thing you must also understand is that you are not alone. Your problem is familiar with other people. Other people have experienced it. It depends on how you handle it at the end of the day. And she said that, understanding your strengths, understanding your weaknesses, getting people to fill in for your weaknesses while you focus on your strength, and a whole lot of things. She also talked about defining your values, as an individual. It helps you, to it gives you that strength when you already understand that these are my values, these are the things I live by. I don't confuse what is right from what is wrong. This is how I want to live. You understand? You are clear. This is right, this is wrong. Whenever life throws things at you, you're able to make decisions based on this thing. So first of all, it's about being very self-aware. I also took some notes here. In fact, my notes is full. Yeah. She also emphasized the importance of people around you. You cannot do it alone. You have to learn to value people. You have to learn to use people as a resource. And by that, you also have to treat people well, regardless of if it's your business, your personal life. People are there. You cannot live life alone. I also learned that. And she also mentioned as well that you have to be willing to send your money on errand. Your money should be a tool, not a king. Okay, so you have to send your money on errand. If there are things that you need to do, that you can't be the superwoman all the time. If there are some things you need to outsource, you might have to do that. Send your money on errand. Try to find a balance so you don't lose out on so many things. You don't lose out on your objective as a person. There are a lot of women out there that we want to achieve a whole lot, but we are so bent on putting a whole lot of pressure on ourselves, and we forget that, oh, we can actually outsource those things. People can actually help us with one area or the other. And the same applies with business as well. You cannot just keep handling business all by yourself. You need to outsource certain things about your business. That way you're able to focus on your area of strength, and you're able to scale, you're able to grow, you're able to develop your capacity as a person. Yes. She also said that you don't have to do things to impress people, and that's where you have to define what it is that you want. What it is that you want for yourself. How do you want to end? Do you want to end well? By the time you're age 70, what do you want people to say about you? What would you say you've done? Do you understand? So whenever you do things, you're not doing things to impress people. You're doing things because you know that at that point in time, that is what is right for you. That is what is best for you at that point in time. So you're doing you. You're not doing things based on the standards people have set for you. And she gave real examples. See, I want to advise you, next time you hear a live series by Ibukun Awosika, you should enroll for it. Okay, you should enroll for it. See, there were lots of questions that people raised, and for me, I love questions and answers a lot, because you learn from people's real life experiences. And she was very, very, she was very, very, very practical by sharing her own real life experiences. And she also emphasized that you need to understand where you're going as a person. Okay, you have to have a sense of where you're going. Okay, so it is very, very important, because that is what determines. It's simply like your vision in your business. You have to define what your vision is. Okay, if you don't define your vision, you will find yourself anywhere, you find yourself distracted, and along the line you have to set a mission to say, okay, what do I need to get to where I want to get to? That vision I have said I want to achieve, how do I get there? And you remain focused. Every other thing is distractions, as long as it's not in line with what it is that you want. All right, yes, an exact question is, how do you picture your life at 70? That question got to me, and I'm still going to write a lot of things down so that I can identify the gaps and list out the resources I need, the things I need to do to be able to get to where I want to be at the age of 70. Imagine thinking how many years from now, and you're planning it. And it's very good to plan, plan your life, plan your business, plan everything around you. All right. And she also said, and that one that spoke to me, like it was more like an answer, is about discounting people, accommodating people's weakness. For me, I'm quite straight. All right. I love, I believe that the way I treat you, the way I respect you, the way I do to you is how you should respond to me. So I kind of like expect a lot from people sometimes, which I feel is a weakness for me, because you have to cut people's slacks. So for me, really, really touch me, accommodating people's weaknesses. See if they are good enough for you to get you to where you want to get to. You might as well, just look out for the good things in them, and then free the other bad things, the other negative things. But for me, I just don't like you. I don't like pretenders. I don't like you lying to me. I don't like you being cunning, and it's obvious that you're being cunning. You're trying to get everything you want from me. You're trying to use me. I don't welcome it. I'll let you know. And I feel like I might have lost a lot of relationships from there, because it's out of selfish interest, But I think at this time, based on this this event, I want to like cut people some slacks, and just draw that line, not expect too much from people. Even people I feel like, oh, we are connect. No, just give them that, that space. All right, I'm still gonna pray and see how I'm gonna make that work. Okay, but that really got to me. Yes, set up systems and make your life work. I have seen that happen. I started my business before I got married. And then I got married, I got pregnant, I have 2 kids. My life keeps changing. And with the way it's changing, I have to think of ways to, make it work. I have different businesses. I have the fashion academy. I have the clothing line. I have the garment factory. So I believe in systems. I believe in, okay, how can this thing work? And the same is applicable to your life. Okay. So, and also she mentioned that if you don't plan it, it doesn't happen, So these are the things that I got from, the things that the conversations that we had today. What is your strategy for achieving your goal? And like I always say, and you agree with me, I've made several videos about it as well, that focus on your progress. All right, you already know where you want to be. Focus on your progress rather than just the overall goal, because timing is different. We experience different seasons in life, and we experience at every point where you're growing, at every growth stage, there's always a level of there's always a level of intelligence, a level of experience that you need. And if you don't get it, if you don't take your time, you might lose out, you might fail at it. So sometimes life just, consciously, delay certain things. All right, no, I'm not putting the best way. I'm trying to look for the right word. Sometimes you might not be prepared for that growth that you want. Trust the process. That's what I'm trying to say. Trust the process and believe that it's going to work, as long as you're clear on what it is that you want to achieve. All right, so take it step by step. If it's let it be in the little things. It counts. And I've given examples before. For instance, if it's your business, and you struggle with the inventory, for instance, take steps, simple steps. Take them in bit sizes and just say, okay, how have we done from last month to this month? If it's your sales, how have we done last month and this month? Even if it is just little, as long as you're making progress. And the same thing I tell my children, I don't strive for you to be the best in your class. I don't strive for you to be the overall best student, because all those things don't matter to me. I believe more in progress. Where were you yesterday? Where were you last term? Where are you going to this year? As long as you don't drop. All right, keep putting in your best. You see, every other thing is gonna align. Once you're focusing on the progress, all these things will align. Before you know it, you are becoming the best in your class. So rather than, oh, I want to do this, and you're missing out on the baby steps. Okay, so she said that, and it was really, really very impactful. Also, your value system is also very, very important. And for me, I always say to people, compartmentalize your relationship. For every relationship that you find yourself, those people are doing a particular thing. All right, they represent a particular they are there in your life for one reason or the other. Identify why they are there in your life, and play around it. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to end with this, which is what I always say: you must get a mentor. Always get a mentor. A lot of questions were asked that I felt like, if these people had mentors, if they have mentors, it's going to lessen some of those things that they need. Most people, it's just clarity that you need. Clarity. Oh, this is what I'm going through. In fact, you have your answers. The funny thing is, for every questions that was asked, the people that asked the questions were still the ones providing the answers. That's to tell you that the answer is within you. You need mentors. You should always have mentors. It necessarily don't have to be in your field. And I was looking at myself, everything she was saying, it was more like I was getting the answer, like the answer was already in my head. I was answering the questions for her, like in my head. And I'm thinking, Yetroselane, you have grown. You are really, really, and that's what I tell people. It's not about the noise on social media. It's about you. How have you grown? How are you matured? In fact, the things that I know now, in fact, this just makes me feel like, Yetroselane, you are in the right track. You are doing amazing. You are in the right state of mind. Your mindset is highly, in fact, positive. Growth mindset, that's what you have. And what has helped me, the secret is mentors. I don't joke with them. The mentors, I need clarity like this. I'm picking up my phone. It doesn't have to be anyone in your field. It's just somebody that is interested in you. See, most of my mentors are my parents' friends. I met one through a customer, she just liked me. She just liked that, oh, this lady is working really hard, and she has her own position. She has the areas I go to her for. I have friends, like we're age mates, but I meet them for certain things. There's somebody I meet when it comes to children. You understand? So they're just people within your network. You don't have to go so far looking for mentors, and they don't have to be in your field. And perhaps you have somebody in your field. Brilliant. That is even great for you if you're a business person. If you're a career person, having someone in your career path that can mentor you is like visa to living a stressless life, where you learn from people's mistakes and you shorten your own learning curve. And for me at Yetroselane Fashion Academy as well, for Yetroselane, one of the things I do is to give back to fellow fashion entrepreneurs because of my struggle while starting out. And so I have the Inner Circle Mentorship Program as well for fashion entrepreneurs. If you're interested, you can always, reach out to us via our channels, and I'll be there. We are there to mentor you. All right, so please don't underestimate the power of mentorship. I hope this has really helped you. And by the way, thank you so much, Mrs. Ibukun Awosika and your team. You did really, really fantastic. I just had to say, no, I must pay it forward. I must share this with people, so that they know the impacts that you're making in our lives. Thank you so much. May God continue to bless you. May the oil of grace, anointing never dry up in your life, and everything about you, everything around you is going to be perfected in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thanks for watching. All right. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Yetroselane. Follow all our social media handles at Yetroselane, at Yetroselane Fashion Academy. My personal handle is Yetunde Akonde. So yes, cheers, and talk to you some other time. Ciao.